I love you. Just promise a real nigga you won't take my life. No hood comes above you.
They say the hood make the man. So I take the hood for the man, not a yam. Used to run the streets, weapon in my hand. Halloween night, nigga, click, clack, bang. That was my life. Long ass flat bush mate, 31 second in, why fight? Nigga used to lose and try to come for your life. Try to come for your life. Try to come for your life.
Hardly home but always reppin'. Always reppin'. Hardly home but always reppin'. Always reppin'. Hardly home but always reppin'. Always reppin'. Hardly home but always reppin'. Always reppin'.
It's your boy Mo Breezy.
It's your boy Van Deezy.
And we are the Upstate New York Knicks fans. Welcome to the Upstate New York Knicks podcast, where we give you the Knicks take north of Westchester. Guru and I, we are both located in Syracuse, New York. 315, living life, loving it. However, you could take us out the city, but the garden is in my heart forever.
Never and ever.
This podcast is produced by Smooth Family ENT. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at Smooth Family ENT. You can also follow the pod on at Upstate_Knicks, Instagram, Twitter. You can follow me at MoBreezy213 on Twitter and Instagram, and you can also follow at FrostMonGuru.
That's me.
This has been a week. The playoffs are here. We got playoff basketball in New York, and I love it. So I'm going to judge y'all. So it's April 24th. So yesterday was game 4. Yeah, yesterday was game 4 of the first round of the playoffs for the Knicks. And this week was special. So I think a special week deserves a special open to the podcast. Is it time?
It is time.
It is time for the Rowan Report. Right out the gate. My guy is here. Elite. So I'm going to first start by saying that I am RJ Barrett's #1 fan. I am his #1 fan by virtue of latitude. I am closest to Canada, therefore I win. I have been RJ's #1 fan for a little bit now. I was watching him in the U17 game where I watched Team Canada play Team USA, and I was like, man, this kid has got it. I watched him go to Duke. I thought him and Zion was an automatic national championship just off of talent. And then I was one of the few Knicks fans that actually was not fed when we got the 3rd pick, because I saw flaws in the other two, and the ceiling for RJ to me is higher. I think RJ can be the absolute goods, and this week proved me right. Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Yes.
Let's talk about it. Okay. So we don't talk about game 2. We're not talking. It didn't even.
We don't discuss game 2.
Game 2 is like a.
We don't discuss game 2.
Happened in the ether somewhere. So we're not doing that. We're not talking about game 2. I want to talk about game 3 in the Garden, first quarter. My guy. So let's be like the team, started off slow. We'll get into that. But yes. RJ Barrett got it going right away. Right the fuck away. Sank his first 3. And once that dropped, you knew like this was a different guy. And honestly, this is proving what I knew, and just the law averages says it. So we all know RJ is streaky. This is not news to anybody who's been following this team. He gets really hot. He gets really cold. I think we're about to get really hot RJ for the next 3 weeks. I hope we're still playing basketball for the next 3 weeks. But if RJ Barrett has anything to say about it, we're going to be playing basketball for the next 3 weeks because the brother is hooping. So I'm going to go line by line, game 3. So 19 points on 12 shots. Let me pull a full box up. So I don't even have my stats because I'm just going off of pure rage, pure real nigga. So y'all got to understand the amount of slander RJ fans have endured this week. Like, not even this year. Like 7 days ago, Stephen A. Smith was saying we should bench my guy. Like, I just don't understand the like level of hate that RJ gets for being an absolute complete player. 12 shots, 8 for 12 from the field. Okay, my man was not missing at all. 3 for 6 from 3, 8 boards, 3 assists, plus minus plus 10, 19 points. He was a catalyst. Everybody, folks eventually got it going, but in that first quarter, no one had anything. Julius couldn't get it going, and that was a trend. We'll get there. Jalen also couldn't get it going, and the offense looked stagnant. And it got to the point where Julius just accepted his role as a stretch 4, which is not his role. We'll get there. But however, RJ said, all right, y'all gonna give me lane? I'm gonna take it. And boy, did he ever. Good game on the defensive end as well. So we ran him out the gym. We're going to talk about it, but I do think the Garden played a factor. But game 3, RJ Barrett in the first half, he made it happen. And honestly, you could see as the game progressed, his confidence grew. And I knew game 4 was coming. I knew it. I don't bet no more. I stopped gambling. I do tell y'all to take the overs on certain situations because it's just free money. I don't know why folks don't like free money if you're gambling anyway, but I knew it because his confidence got right. And then once I saw he was out of his head, because in the press conference, they was like, when did you get your shot? And he was like, what day is it? He was like, it's Friday. He was like, Wednesday. Like when he said that, I was like, oh, he's here. He's ready. This is the moment he was built for. It was time. And game 4 was a continuation. 26 points on 18 shots. 0 for 6 from 3. I don't like him taking 6 3-pointers. But the 7th 3, if they didn't call a travel on Josh Hart, the Garden would not. They would have had to fix the Garden. That would have broke the room. that bang would have been epic, and it really would have sent the world into a frenzy because the Garden was really ready to erupt, and it had already been erupting. 2 boards, 1 assist, 1 block, 0 turnovers. 0. RJ Barrett, 0 turnovers. That matters a lot because that just shows you, he wasn't there to play games. Like the playoffs is about the matchups. They want to go one-on. They don't want Jalen Brunson going one-on-one, so they trapping him. And when they trap, they have to rotate. And RJ realized it. And whenever the rotator came slow, he went left. When they came hard, he went baseline. And you could see he just made his mind up. He was like, all right, I'm a driver. I'm driving. And he drove. And he got the buckets.
Yeah.
Timely buckets too. In the fourth quarter of game 4, there was a stagnation. We didn't know what was going on. Julius was bumming it in the third. Brunson started bumming it for a bit. And the third quarter they came back, and there was a moment where the game was like they took the lead. We was up 16, let them come back. And then RJ pretty much, and Joshua and some other people we're going to talk about, but they pretty much said, no, I'm not letting this happen. Overall, great week of basketball. This was probably RJ Barrett's most complete, 2-game stretch, probably in his career. If you consider the stakes, if you consider that Julius was absolutely bumming it, if you consider that, we needed him to step up, and he absolutely did. I have nothing but good things to say. I saw this coming. I think he's just getting started. And we'll talk about that. But I think that, we have more basketball left in us. And they mentioned it during the broadcast. I think it was Mark Jackson. It might have been Breen. But they were saying how, over the course of a 7-game series, that's when the IQ comes in. That's when, it's not just raw athleticism. You can't just be Ja Morant running in transition because teams are going to scheme for you. And the smarter basketball players, they're able to say, okay, they don't want me going left. I'm going to do this. And you could see RJ's learning. Like you could see game one, he looked kind of lost. He was working hard on defense. He got the steals. I still think game one was a solid game, but you can see him learning. You can literally see his brain thinking better. There was a play where he was going left and Garland like overplayed his left way too much. And then he just did like a hard stop and like he was on the left side of the basket and like he basically was able to shield him, keep him on his left, like on the hip and get the layup up with the left. And that was like, I was like, okay, RJ gets it. RJ gets it. He sees what they're trying to do to him. And he's like, okay, y'all want me to do this. I'm going to do this. And he's doing this. Well, A+. A++. A+ this week. This was the best week. So A+ because of the play, but also the stakes. This was crucial. We needed both of these wins. After game 2, I'm not as confident on my N5. Let's be clear, N5. But getting both of these wins was huge because now I think we have a much better chance to move on. The Rowan Report for the first, for these playoff games comes back A+ from me. What you say? What you say, the young Hamilton?
So I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like you have a lot of agendas to address today.
so many.
So I really don't want to rob you of that, right? I really don't want to rob you. But I'm gonna give my Rowan Report. So
let's hear it.
So Rowan Barrett Jr.
Yes.
Rowan Alexander Barrett Jr.
The Maple Mamba. MJ Barrett. Star J. As someone call him.
Rowan number 9.
Rowan number 9.
Rowan number 9. Rowan number 9.
The last number 9 the Knicks will ever see. Book it.
I'm here to give you your flowers, sire. Because what a week. What a week.
He got it. He figured it out.
Now, to do my quick run through, because we're going to get into more depth, we don't really speak about game 2 because everybody is super bummed it in game 2. It was a group bumming.
Mm-hmm. Team bum juice.
So just getting that out into perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Game 3, like you said, when everybody was stuck in the mud, it felt like an RJ night. I'm not gonna lie, I took the over on RJ. I felt it. Once again.
Smart.
Just felt it.
Why?
I sold because Manuel quickly sold me, but that's neither here nor there. But
that's fair. I get the thinking though. I get where you was.
It has. You know where I'm at.
Yeah, that made sense.
We're at home. My guys are gonna do good at home. Rowan, he impressed me. He impressed me this week for the simple fact that he definitely played. He definitely had the target on his back. That shows to his character. You feel me? And I respect that. Like, he knew that if he bummed it, that the trade machine was gonna go berserk.
Frame 1 too. Like right away. The mid-game too.
Yeah.
They was ready to move on from him. Everybody was hating.
And he stepped up to the challenge, especially when Jalen didn't have it going. And when Julius didn't have it going. He stepped up to the challenge. He stepped up to the table and he said, "You know what? I think it's time."
Yeah.
I think it's time.
He said, "I'm really him."
And I could respect that line of thinking for the simple fact that I know that it needed to be time for RJ, and he decided that it was time. So I respect that 100%. Game 4, same energy. Between him and Jalen was the best players on the court this whole weekend. Yeah. And
we're going to talk about that too, because there's another player. There's another player that's supposed to be better, but we'll get there.
By far the best 2 players on the team this week. And I mean, I'm gonna say this: if Rowan Barrett is gonna be a bum for the regular season, to show up in the postseason, I am absolutely okay with that.
100%.
That is not something that you will hear any argument from me. Because all I will say is that, well, once we get into Alls, it might be a different guy. So
yeah.
So I know the streets killed him for game 1.
Yep.
We did not kill him for game 1.
Yeah, I stand by that too. Cause I think as a basketball player, when you don't got when your shot's not going, you got to find other ways to contribute. And he did that. He was getting steals, he was getting dimes. He played a complete game. He just shot 2 for 12. He can't help on that end. But, he didn't just go into the, I'm going to just spot up shooter. I'm not going to guard anyone. And that's the other thing, too. He was playing defense this week.
Which is a revelation. As the 4th best defender in the 5 all defensive first team.
The welcome sight.
Brigade that Tomas Thibodeau sends out.
Yeah.
As the 4th of the 5, I mean, he stepped up. I'm not going to lie. He was locking up.
It was beautiful when you saw Donovan MIDchell forced the switch. He wanted RJ Barrett to be gotten.
He was hunted. He hunted him.
RJ was like,
and it was a poor decision.
Stupid.
He hunted him, and it was a poor decision on his part.
It was beautiful.
I could see why he would hunt him specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Out of the 4 of the 5.
Yeah, I'm not going at Joshua. This nigga's on my bumper. But it did not work out.
Yes, I'm giving RJ an A++++. I was thoroughly impressed. I have no notes. No notes for RJ. Even when he was being a nut, he was doing the good nut shit, which is what I could live with.
13 free throws. 13 free throws.
Go to the rack. I'll give RJ his credit in game 4. And I could not believe what I was seeing with my own eyes.
It was beautiful to watch.
I was literally watching Rowan Barrett Jr. play high IQ basketball with no one else on the basketball court in a Knicks uniform was playing high IQ basketball. Legit. It was like he saw, wait a minute, these bigs are not tough.
Yeah.
I'm going to the paint. He went up on Evan Mobley like 30 times. And
Evan Mobley fouled out fucking with RJ Barrett. I want to say 4 of his fouls were simply RJ going up his chest.
Yes.
And that's beautiful.
It was poor decision making from Evan.
Yes.
And
agreed.
I'm not going to lie. I loved it. And I have no notes for Rowan. If Rowan could give me this, I'm okay. He'll get no qualms from Guru.
Calm. 100%.
This is all I ask for, honestly. I don't ask for a lot. Just don't be a bum.
Just don't bum it aggressively.
And I feel like he is talented enough that him not being a bum, this should be the norm. He scored 19 points in game 3, and that was a great 19. It was it was an impactful 19.
Yes.
I think we
just
just
10 in the first.
Yes,
10 in the first. No one else.
I think we truly just saw the best week of Rowan Barrett's career.
Yes.
And I pray that he builds upon this week and let the streets know that it is time. Because that's what we ask.
I think he will. And as we transition into getting the rest of the, into the rest of the pod, but the playoffs, you play the same team every night. It wears on you. Donovan MIDchell playing 40 minutes a night. This is crazy. It's absurd. We have 5 people to throw at him, but there's no real wing defender on their team. They don't have anybody that matches up with RJ, especially not physically. He just goes right up all of their chest. I love Evan Mobley. He has length, but the brother's 215 pounds. I'm 195 at 5'10". The brother is a slender man. He's really skinny. And, RJ is a
he got to bulk up.
He has to. He has to. If he's going to take that next step, if he's not going to have RJ Barrett just going up his chest at will, he has to. But he did not. And I loved it. But so I don't want to talk about game 2 too much, but I do want to say a couple takeaways from game 2. And these is why I was so confident going into game 3. 1, Everyone on our team absolutely
But
bombed
some
it.
Fucking mids.
It was nuts.
Every single one.
How
It was-
15 men all decided
Yes. To be mid on the exact same day. I promise you. I said this. We had to calm down the masses.
Mhm.
Game 2 was some bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't care what nobody say. You
Yep.
can't explain game 2 to me. That
Mhm.
was a legitimate wet the bed situation.
Yes.
And you know what? On a night where you just have to recognize that on a night they played desperate,
Mhm.
just didn't have it. I don't want you to not have it.
Mhm.
But if everybody don't have it, I told you yesterday, like
Yeah.
I would have been okay. I would have been more fearful in game 3 if
Mhm.
like half the team was cooking and we
Mhm.
was just getting smoked.
Smoked. Yeah.
Like absolutely smoked. I'd have been like,
Yes.
oh man, maybe they figured us out.
Yes.
But for everybody, all 12 men and the 3 inactive players, like they was bumming it,
They was bumming it in warm-ups.
and missing layups. Like
yeah.
for everybody to not have it at the same time, I was
Mhm.
like, okay, we
was
absolutely
telling.
sold. We
It was
just sold.
telling. Yeah.
It was telling. But it also told me like, okay,
We're
if
not
half
this
the-
bad.
but not this
Hmm?
bad at all.
Yeah.
And I felt like at the end of game 2, and that's the main takeaway, honestly, like
Mhm.
Knicks Twitter, once again, in shambles. We are
Yeah.
Firestarter. We
Yep.
we are a live wire. Like
That is what we do. We panic.
we panic immediately.
E-frame fucking won. Right? Oh, they panicking on Julia. Now.
We are a panicking fan base. And you
Yes.
know what? For good reason. For good reason. For good reason.
It
We
makes
have
sense.
experienced a lot of heartbreak.
Yeah.
So,
it fits.
anytime a sense of joy we have searched contingency plans for all joyous occasions.
Yes.
It's like, okay,
We know.
like we're up 3-1, but all right. Like you see the narratives now. Like I know Knicks Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
We have an extreme level of Stockholm's. It's disgusting. It's due to the pain we've dealt with.
Yes.
But after game 2, we just needed to calm the storm. I felt like everybody, and I respected the fact going into game 3 that I felt like everybody knew that, all right, we just had like a group bum. Like
Yes.
we had like a group team sale. We just absolutely sold all of us. And
we
now
putting that in the
about to-
past.
and now we putting that in the past. And
So 2 more things though. 2 more things before I leave game 2 because I think they matter. One, where is it? I'm pulling it up. Okay. One, the shooting was terrible from everyone. Like Brunson was 1 for 8. RJ was 0 for 3. They got to the free throw line, and that's going to come up again. But the fact that we shot like 24%, there was no way that was going to persist. On the flip, they shot 42% from 3. Like they were this was their very best punch and our very worst punch. And they won by 17, which is a lesser blow. They blew us out. I'm not going to act like, it was a close game. It wasn't. They blew us out. But for it to be their very best punch, like they got 32 from Darius Garland, like on 17 shots. He shot 6 for 10 from 3. Like it was absurd. But I knew that I couldn't keep up. And then I just don't believe in Karis LeVert at all. I don't know why he's playing serious minutes, and let alone Cedi Osman. That's a whole nother thing. But that's just absurd.
Decisions are still being
23
made.
minutes for Cedi Osman is out of control. But the last thing and the biggest thing to me was when they were celebrating in the locker room with the gold chains after winning a home playoff game. They was really like the team. It's not the fans. Because the fans, I'm not gonna judge the team by what the fans are doing. Like Knicks fans, we celebrating every single game. We live. But like if RJ was out there in the streets with us with a big gold chain, after
I would be looking at him like, yo, what are you doing?
What are you doing, dog? We are tired. We failed. We did not defend home court. But the fact that they was in the locker room, gold chains, and like really celebrating this monumentous occasion, I was like, oh, honestly, at that moment, I felt more confident in my in-5 pick than at any moment before it. And then once they stepped into the Garden game 3, I knew they were shook. They were fucking shook. The Garden is like no place else. I'm good to move on to game 3, right?
Absolutely.
Man, when I tell you, you ever watch a basketball game and you could see like, oh, the outside factors are impacting their they looked so shook. Game 3. And like it was blowing us because we also looked shook in the first quarter. And I was like, y'all gotta stop. y'all need to get it together.
Because they are actively shook.
They were so shook. Like visibly. Like I don't know how to explain it, but like it looked like they was an AAU team and like they going against Zion this week. Like Victor Wembanyama is on the other team. And it's like, man, what can I do? But the Garden was rocking and they couldn't handle it. So anomaly game from Darius Garland. I don't think he's that bad, but 4 for 21, 2 days or 3 days after you just dropped 30 is absurd. It was beautiful to watch. 7 for 17 from Karis LeVert, 9 for 19 from Donovan MIDchell, 2 for 8 from 3. Like you could tell they were affected by the crowd noise. And I love that. That made me feel great because that's the point of having the best fans in the world. And, they showed out. Salute. If you listening to this and you was at game 3, I appreciate you because y'all got in Cleveland's
thoroughly.
And changed the game. Changed the game.
Thoroughly.
Calm. But
so we could talk about game 3 a little bit more in depth.
Yep.
First quarter, like we said, that was the Rowan Barrett quarter.
Yep.
He definitely led us from, like you said, from
that first shot dropping.
Yeah.
Yep.
Actually, just keeping us calm and whatnot. Like that was important. Like we were, like you said, we were shook as well. It showed that like even like the atmosphere, like they say, it's nothing like it. Mm-hmm. The atmosphere was definitely getting to us, but then I feel like Rowan, and I give him credit for that. Like he recognized, like, wait, these are my guys. These are my guys. Like these are not their guys, and they're also shook.
Yep.
And credit to RJ for being the first one out of the shookness. We also got a great Joshua Hart masterclass in both games this weekend.
Yep.
But
absolutely.
I want to talk about game 3 specifically because it made no sense whatsoever. Why? On 6'5" shooting guard is outboarding everybody.
Everybody.
That's the first thing I want to talk about.
Everybody.
I'm also here to petition for Joshua Hart's name to now be known as Jailshua.
I'm with it. I agree.
Jailshua Hart.
I agree.
Because he is the Donovan MIDchell stopper.
Yeah.
They keep telling us, they keep running the narrative that this is Donovan Mitchell's best friend, and I feel like that's the worst thing you could possibly have.
Yeah.
Because he's not as good as him offensively, but that means he's played his whole life.
Learning
how to stop you.
And he's applying it to his stage.
Using applied methods.
Tough.
To absolutely jail you.
Jail. Duress.
Duress is an understatement. We need to find a better synonym because it looks bad. It looks terrible.
He looks frustrated, and I love it. It makes me feel good watching the game, watching them struggle. But yeah, Josh Hart is. We have our third superstar. I'm saying it honestly, and so I put it. I don't know where I put it, but it might be a topic. But I think we have one superstar and Jalen Brunson. And I legit think we got 3 stars. I think Josh Hart is a star. I do. I think he's like if you would have talked to me right now and say, do you want Josh Hart or Paul George? It's a no-brainer for me.
It's a no-brainer?
It's a no-brainer. Josh Hart 10 out of 10 times. Because Josh Hart is going to get you boards. He's going to get you transition buckets, easy buckets. He's going to shoot. He's not going to miss from 3. He just doesn't miss 3. He's shooting like 100% from 3 as a Knick. He's like the ultimate. He's like Draymond. He's like Draymond Green, where like the stats don't show it, but this man is impacting the game everywhere. Like there was one he like forced to travel. They like got a steal and he got like right in front of Okoro and forced to travel. And I was like, that's just good play. Like that's just like it's not gonna show off. It's not gonna say, forced turnover. But like plays like that are huge. Stop the fast break. 1. 2, we got the ball back. Like big momentum changing plays, and they're like the norm now. And I love that Donovan MIDchell cannot figure him out. And I actually don't think he will, because I think that man is just in hell, and I love it.
Yes, absolutely.
Game 2 showed that.
So there's major things, like you said, that them boys was shook. Big number is 34 points in the first half. I'm gonna go out on a limb out of no research and say we got the best defense in the playoffs so far.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just go out on a limb. We've kept everybody we kept the Cavs under 100 points every time. The first game this season with somebody under 80 points. And it comes in a playoff game in the Garden.
Jail.
Because that is a testament to the jail that was happening. And that was a testament to the fans. So salute y'all.
Jail.
We are the best fans in the world.
Yes.
Also, like you said, Darius Garland in absolute duress. 4 for 21. Duress. I love the fact that he said prior to the game that we're now the nobody in New York likes us. Now walking into game 3, and it was like, yes, my God.
No shit.
We're in a playoff series. You understand that Trae Young is always going to catch strays from us just because? Yeah. Just because. We don't care.
Reggie Miller is still catching strays. 20 years, 30 years later.
We have no shame. None. This is not you looking for shame in a shameless world.
You got the wrong ones, Bucko.
This is not the place to find it.
Yes.
And I love the fact that we came out and we just absolutely punched him in the mouth. Like,
yes.
I felt like after game 3, I was like, oh yeah, this is definitely 5. Like, that's how I felt. I felt aggressively confident walking into game 4. Mm-hmm. Even off the fact that I don't think we play good afternoon matinee games. I knew this is the game before we record. So it's like all these factors are all factoring in. I'm like, oh man, this is like a record day. Like we could easily, I even said last week, I would be a little disappointed if we came back 2-2, but I knew we would come back 3. I knew we would come back at least 3-1. I felt as though this was happening. I felt like we would lose game 3 instead of game 2.
Okay. I had us losing game 4.
Yeah, you did.
I did. I stand by that too.
I respect that though. It wasn't in the cards for either of us, but we still ended up 3-1. What else do I want to talk about?
It played out how I've been saying. So all season I've been saying that I wanted Cleveland because they need their guards. They need scoring from their guards. They have Donovan MIDchell. He averages 30, right? He averages literally 30 points. Like maybe more.
Not currently.
Not versus Josh Hart. Playoffs. I mean, anybody going against Josh Hart every night, I understand because that would ruin my points per game average. But like him and Darius Garland, that's like the bulk of their scoring. And we have, I'm not even joking. So the best perimeter defender in the league is Drew Holiday. He has earned that title. I'm not going to pretend like I didn't watch him just absolutely throw Devin Booker in jail, like on big stages. Like Drew Holiday has earned that title.
I've seen him jail a lot of people.
A lot of people.
Some
on this team.
Yes. I've seen him jail Julius. I've seen him jail Jason Tatum. He is the one.
Yeah, he's earned my respect. He is one. However, I'm not even kidding when I say I think of the next 9, we have like 3. We got at least 3.
I think we got at least 3.
At least 3. And honestly, I'm throwing Deuce in there. Deuce is clamping. Clamping.
I think Quickly is like he's like top 5 in defensive efficiency.
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie, Big Mitch is in there. Because Big Mitch is
true too.
There's a Mitchell Robinson conversation that has to happen.
I said
because y'all get on my guy for pouting, but give my guy his
Moody
flowers.
Boys.
The Moody Boys, put it on a t-shirt.
He won.
My boy is here.
He is winning this battle.
Yeah, no, he is winning is an understatement.
Whooping.
He is whooping ass. And that took place in game 3. And as we transition into game 4, and this is how I'm transitioning into game 4.
Let's do it.
So after we cooked them in game 3, right? They go to the press. They go
80
to the
points.
Yeah, we under 80 points.
4 quarters.
Do the press.
Fucking mid.
They come ask Mitch his opinion on Evan and Jared, how he feel about how they playing. And Mitch straight up said that the boys are shook. Like that's what he said. And that's why I love Mitch.
Yep.
Mitch was like, honestly, the boys are shook. And he did the little bird sign. I was like, oh man. I was like, Mitch. I said, Mitch, you put a target on your back, but I'm not gonna lie. Yo, Mitch, you play for the New York Knicks, bro. You already know you've already taken the fear of God out of both of these gentlemen.
Yeah. I loved it. I loved it. So when I saw that, like I loved it because he's the goods. Like what? Donovan MIDchell gonna see him get mad and try and go up his chest? I would love that. That's great.
No. Let's be clear.
Fail.
He tried it twice already, and he has failed both times.
2 for 2.
Times. I've seen both times him try to leap on Mitch, and Mitch was like, "You gotta chill. This is not the. I'm not Rudy.
I don't know who you think I am. I am not letting you just go up my chest. That's not next at all. And
not even a little bit.
Not even a little bit, but absolutely outplaying Jared Allen. So in game 4, so I said it before the series, I think that they need Jared Allen to outplay Mitchell Robinson and Donovan MIDchell to outplay Jalen Brunson. Neither happened in game 4. Mitchell.
Or in game 3.
Or in game 3.
Or in game 1.
This is true. And they need that to happen. If that happens, I still think we can win. But if that doesn't happen, it's GG's. Jared Allen is an all-star, 7-footer. In game 4, he got 4 rebounds. 1, 2, 3, 4 to Mitch's 11. Oh.
So I think Hartenstein had 10 or 11 as well?
Yeah, Hart got 8. Mitch had 7 on offense. 7 on
that is taking the heart out of your big man. I'm sorry. And I don't think they're tough enough. I just don't think they're tough enough.
They're not ready. They are not ready.
Oh, even as we get into that, I just want to put out, we did lose my guy Quentin.
Yes.
For the second half.
Mm-hmm.
Q, we need you back, baby.
Get back, Q. We need you.
But Josh Hart said the jail is still in business.
It's still in business.
The jail is still in business. We have interim warden Deuce McBride. And second in command, Josh Hart, who has stepped up to first in command in your absent Q.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
The San Quentin Penitentiary is still open, still running good in your absence. When I so like, y'all saw the game. So like, the game is ebb and flows. The third quarter sucked. The rest of the game was pretty good. The fourth quarter was elation. But when I tell you, when Miles McBride checked in, because he came in, just Jalen needed to get a rest, but you saw him come in, and then Donovan came in right after him. And in my head, I really think Donovan saw Josh Hart go to the bench, and he was like, oh, I'm going to try and sneak some easy point on Miles McBride. And when I tell you, Miles McBride had the very best 5 minutes I think I've ever seen of anybody who ever played 5 minutes of basketball. It was beautiful. I was livid in my room because they called it out on the ASC broadcast too, but you could tell Donovan MIDchell had no idea how long Miles McBride he had no idea. He did not read the scouting report on Miles McBride. And
that was not something he did.
That wingspan caught him slipping. And then when Miles hit the three, I lost. I couldn't handle it. I was like, we're too good. We are too good. I think Quentin Grimes is one of, if not our best defender. Josh Hart is a close wing defender. Mitch is our best defender, duh. But for us to lose a wing defender as good as Quentin Grimes, because let's be clear, Quentin Grimes is the goods on defense. My boy got feet work. He got active hands. Like, he is a really good defender, and he has made Donovan MIDchell work for everything so far. But when I tell you we were able to lose him and the defensive production dropped not at all.
Not even a little bit.
I was like, oh, it's GG's.
Not even a little bit.
Donovan MIDchell played 42 minutes. He made 5 shots. He had 6 turnovers. In 42 minutes, he had more turnovers than shots. He had 11 points on 18 shots. That is absolute jail. Jail. You're telling me a man that averages 30 a game got
30.
11?
30.
Jail. Give Josh. I don't know how we gonna afford Josh Hart. Josh Hart has to get a max. He has to be seeking a max because the man he's Drew Holiday. He's really Drew Holiday for us, where he just comes in and he's like, I'm taking him out the game. And that's really what he did. And they don't have enough firepower to make up for Josh Hart getting 2 steals, for, just duress, just general duress. So Donovan MIDchell played 42 minutes. All 42 of those minutes were jail. It was literally 42 minutes from hell. Honestly, they should make like a like scary haunted ride where it's just like a GoPro and you're Donovan MIDchell for these 40 minutes, because that has to be the scariest thing ever. It must be terrifying.
That is hilarious.
Because it was beautiful to watch. So Game 4, like I said, RJ Masterclass, but it really was a Leon Rose Masterclass because everybody wanted us to trade Obie Toppin. Everybody wanted us to trade RJ Barrett. Everybody wanted us to, make these moves to, appease the fan base, sell tickets. Let's get OG Anunoby here. Let's do all these, big profile moves. Let's trade everybody for Donovan MIDchell. And Leon was like, no, I want depth because players get injured. This is a contact sport. I want to have a lot of people that could clamp you up. And boy, does he have a lot of people that can clamp you up. And it's a beautiful thing. And now that RJ is playing defense, I think it's over. I think the series is over. They can't overcome a good RJ Barrett. They just can't. They don't have enough firepower. And I think
that's not something that is feasible for them at all.
They can't. They don't have enough talent. There's no one on their roster that can guard. There's no one on their roster that can guard Jalen Brunson. Like, Jalen Brunson we haven't even really talked about Jalen Brunson cooking them, but like their strategy, that's the other thing too. Tibbs masterclass coaching. He is absolutely out coaching JB Bickerstaff, who is absolutely selling. I don't understand how so they doing it's like a fake zone where like they just put people in like general areas that they know we're gonna cut to. So like you don't chase the cutters. But we know where Cedi Osman is. Like we're gonna find Cedi Osman. Jalen Brunson is hunting Cedi Osman and Donovan MIDchell like a man with a cause. And because of it, you know, we're going to win this game. But I got to give Obi Toppin his flowers. He only had 5 points, played 20 minutes, but he got 8 boards. And those boards he was getting in the fourth was huge. Huge rebounds.
Obadiah
from Bushwick.
We haven't even touched on it yet. The streets might even say we've actively been avoiding the topic.
Which one?
But it's here.
Obadiah?
My man Obadiah Toppin.
I'm all in on Obi. What? You know how I feel about Obi.
I'm here to say.
You know the narrative I push.
I'm here to say, and I'm just saying as we wrap up the fourth game, or as we get ready to.
Yep.
That there was overtime. There were decisions made.
Yes.
There was a ballsy, damn near fireable offense.
Yes.
Made.
That was the riskiest thing Tom Thibodeau ever did as the coach of the Knicks. In his life.
That was the most riskiest thing Tom Thibodeau has ever done in his entire life. I beg of you to bring me anything remotely possible. You have to understand. Close. So we have to set the scene, right? Because I feel like this is so important.
It really is. Break it down.
This is so important. So third quarter, game 4. We are absolutely selling. We are having one of our quintessential Knick third quarters.
Yes.
That was a battle. We shut down the entire Cavs, the entire first half. Of course, the third quarter, Darius Garland decides he wants to stop being mid, and he sparks his own run. And give him credit. Yes, give him credit. It was him. It was him finding open bigs for easy dunks and literally attacking Jalen. And I'm not gonna lie, he was cooking Jalen. Let's be very clear. He was cooking him. He was cooking him. He
also
was hunting him, which is smart. Like if I was a team that
if I get to choose between Josh Hart or Jalen Brunson,
I'm gonna choose Jalen Brunson. That's just me personally. That's just me personally. So as we're getting cooked, right?
Yes.
Julius Randle. And y'all know I try to be as objective as possible when it comes to Julius because I have my biases.
Mm-hmm.
But I give him his flowers. He's gonna get all NBA this year. He got his second All-Star. I said we need 2 All-Stars for me to respect you. He got his second All-Star.
Yeah.
For what it's worth.
Mm-hmm.
If there was a time for Tom Thibodeau to keep Julius Randle in the game, he would have been justified in it.
Yeah.
But Tom Thibodeau saw what we all saw, and by golly,
it was huge.
He said, Julius, my brother,
take a seat.
I'm going to need you to sit down next to me for this whole entire fourth quarter.
Sit here.
And when I tell you, it was not even noticeable. Like, we didn't know he made this decision. I want to put that on the table. We didn't know this made this decision. Like, I don't think Tibbs.
Oh, you go.
I feel like Tibbs will tell the media that he read the flow of the game. That's what he will tell.
That's his narrative, and he's sticking with it.
But I know Tibbs. Like y'all don't like y'all. I know Tibbs. Like when you despise a man's actions as much as I do at times, you get to really know his likes and his dislikes.
You pay attention.
Yes. I know this guy. I'm telling you that Tibbs saw what we all saw. It was like, Julius Randle, you are not losing me this playoff game.
Deadass.
You are not losing me this playoff game. I'm going to need you to come sit down over here. And I think once we got to like minute 7 and Obi was hooping, he was like, I have a decision to make.
Yes.
Because that is, you put Julius back in at the 6-minute mark. Hopefully he find his rhythm this and the third. But he said, nah.
This is working.
This is absolutely working. And I could not believe it. Once we got to the 4-minute mark, me personally, I started thinking, oh my God, Tom Thibodeau is going to leave Obi in for the whole fourth. He's going to let him close it. A playoff game. Like, I need y'all to understand that this is a playoff game.
Yes.
This is not January 16th against the Hornets at a 7:00 start on the road. You get what I'm saying? And we are 21-13. Like, no.
This is all the marbles.
This is,
and you got to understand, for Tibbs, this is all the marbles. Like, Tibbs has been coaching a while, and Tibbs really wants to win. And for him to do that, huge.
I could not believe what I was watching with my own eyes. I was in disbelief. I was sitting in this very seat in disbelief. I was like, what am I watching here? Is Tibbs? I was like, Tibbs, are you a maniac? Because this is your best work yet.
Yes.
This is your best work yet. Because this is the maniac stuff that I go, wow. This brother might actually be a genius. Like, it's one of those moments where they were like, they said I was a madman.
Yes.
They said I was crazy.
Yes.
They said I was crazy. I was holding Obi to 14 minutes a game for this 12-minute stretch right here. Like, he could have came to the podium and said that, and I would have believed him. I'd be like, you know what? It's worked. It worked. I can't not say that.
So I'm right with you in giving Tibbs his flowers, and I'm gonna go even further. Because on this very pod, so y'all know I listen to the older episodes. I do. I'm trying to see how many takes I got right. Because I got a couple right. Let's be clear. RJ is him. I was hitting this season. But one of the takes that you and I both said, and it blew ours, because I want to say it was the Dallas Mavericks game where RJ got hurt. Jalen was already sitting out. And he played Quickly and McBride 48 and 50 minutes respectively. And I was pissed off. I was fed because Leon Rose made the wise decision of giving us depth. He said, this is a long season. We need a lot of nice guys. We don't need 2 super nice guys. We just need a bunch of nice guys. But Tibbs was like, why would I use all this depth when I could just leave them on the bench chilling? Let's just let RJ shoot it out. Let's just let him go 0 for 20 instead of 0 for 9. Let's not bring anyone else in. And I was like, why, Tibbs? Why not try something else? But when it mattered the most, when the chips were down, Thomas Thibodeau used his depth. He said Julius Randle doesn't have it going. And that's okay. I'm not one of those people that's like eviscerating Julius Randle for having a bad game. The man is hurt. 1, 2, you're going to have bad games. Like, that's just basketball. Nobody's perfect. Like, you're going to have bad games. It's how you come back from it. That's when I'm going to start judging you. And I think he's going to bounce back. I really do believe in Julius. He hasn't played good at home all year, so I wasn't expecting him to play good at home. I didn't think he would play this bad, but he was giving you absolutely nothing. He turned himself into a stretch 4. He wasn't playing defense. He did get that 1 block on Donovan. That was nice. I'm giving flowers where they belong. But the man was not helping the team win. He wasn't. He had a -2. Like, he wasn't hooping. And that's okay. Sometimes you're not hooping. For Tom Thibodeau, in the biggest moment of his career, to make the decision to go with Obi Toppin spoke volumes. 1, it showed that Tibbs grew. Like, Tibbs is not dumb anymore. He's watching the games with us. Like, he is also there watching the games and not just yelling at the refs. 2, it showed that Obi had earned his trust, because Tibbs did not trust Obi. Tibbs used to pull Obi quick. Obi had the shortest leash. I think there was a game Obi played 4 minutes. He played like 2 minutes in the second quarter.
Get that brother to the showers early. I'm gonna holler at you. See you later.
Not only did Obi earn Tibbs' trust, he was ready for the moment. He was playing. So his stats was pedestrian. He had 5 points. He had 8 boards. And in 20 minutes, which is a lot, 8 boards in 20 minutes, that's a lot. Like, Hart had 8 boards in 21 minutes, and Hart was hooping. But, like, down the stretch, those rebounds in the fourth quarter, that's how you close out a game. Close out that possession. And he did what he needed to do. And it was beautiful. Tom Thibodeau masterclass. I got to give him all the props. Like,
yes, he gets flowers. I told y'all, I don't mind being wrong. He got it. He got it.
Yeah. It was a beautiful thing to see. But yeah, no, overall, game 4 was huge. I'm glad we took the dub. So one of the topics I wanted to talk about, so we put Madison Square Garden, so I'll put it like before this, but after game 4, you know, Donovan MIDchell, he got in front of the cameras. He was about to cry. I just need y'all to know how good that was for me personally.
Pain for that young man.
Watching him about to cry, because you could see he was very disappointed in himself. And he should be. He was a bum. He was 5 for 18 with 11 points. He should be disappointed. Like, if I was a fan watching that, I'd be like, yeah, I don't want to hear you say this. I want you to play better. Shut up. Get in the gym. But that made me feel great. But we touched on it, and I want to bring it up again because I think it's that important. We have a legit home court advantage. Madison Square Garden is a legit home court advantage. And I think during the season, it was the opposite because the fans was booing and they were just destroying Julius, especially early in the year. But like, the Cleveland CAPaliers were not ready to play in that building. You could see everybody's heart was just taken. I think everyone shot bad both games. Like, no one had a good shooting game. Garland had a good shooting quarter in the third, but if you take his third quarter out and look at the other 7 quarters, he was bricking. He was bricking
brother
crazy.
Had one good quarter in 8 quarters.
8 quarters. Which
is one more than Donovan MIDchell had in 8 quarters.
The fucking man. But yes, Cedi Osman, 1 for 4. Isaac from 3. Isaac Okoro, 1 for 5 from 3. Karis LeVert, 2 for 6, which is league average, but like, you're taking wide open threes because we're trusting that you're a
play drop coverage.
We're playing drop coverage.
Because we have no respect for your 3-point shooters.
And it works. And it was a good decision on our part. But yeah.
That's because they only have 2 shooters out of 5 basketball players on the court.
Yes.
And that is why Tom Thibodeau decided to play drop coverage.
Yeah.
Prepared this whole season.
He knew.
To unleash the drop coverage on this specific role. Where he's like, if Darius Garland or Donovan MIDchell scores 55 points and beat me, tip your cap. But no one else is beating the drop coverage. He has no faith in Cedi Osman. He has no faith in Isaac Okoro. He has no faith. He has no faith in Ricky Rubio. He has no faith. He has zero faith.
And he's right.
He's absolutely correct. And I applaud him for that.
It's a numbers game. I love that Thomas made the decision to trap Donovan. Just smart basketball. I'd much rather let Isaac Okoro shoot 1 for 5 from 3 than let Donovan MIDchell get going. It's just genius. It's just a smart basketball. If you want to play Isaac Okoro 17 minutes, if you want to play Cedi Osman 21 minutes, they're going to have to hoop. And they not hooping. They some fucking mid. Tibbs masterclass. Anything else you wanted to talk about? Like big topics? I feel like we spoke about everything I wanted to talk about except the last one. And yeah, Leon Rose Masterclass. Our bigs thoroughly outplayed their bigs. Miles, the 3-and-D wing. He really woke up and chose 3-and-D wing. Man was not a 3-and-D wing all year. Quentin Grimes went down. Tibbs was like, "Can you do that?"
He said, "I'll try." Yeah.
Like, I'll give it my best shot. And boy, for those 5 minutes, you would have thought he was you'd have thought he was prime Danny Green. Like Spurs Danny Green. Like, not this bum that's on the court for Cleveland. And that's the other thing I wanted to talk about, and it's kind of a segue into going forward, but are they ass? This is a serious question.
Nah, it's on the agenda, and I laugh so hard. And it's It's a genuine question.
I'm hyped that we winning in the playoffs, but are we just beating up on an ass team? Because they won 50 games. They won 50 games. I just think
so. Objectively speaking, I just think they're a great matchup for us, and we're just a terrible matchup for them.
Okay,
like, just to put things into consideration, right?
Yeah,
I haven't watched a lot of Cleveland, but based on what I'm seeing in this playoff series and what I know about Donovan MIDchell and what I know about Darius Garland is that they are. Well, Donovan is definitely a low efficiency, high volume scorer.
Yep.
And Darius Garland just got really nice last year. Like, he wasn't this nice before, but he was an all-star last year.
Yeah.
So he's still new to the game. He's still new to it. Donovan is Donovan, but at the end of the day, I think that in theory it should work, but like you should have a pass first point guard next to Donovan. But I feel like what is even better for Donovan is a defense first point guard.
Yeah. Like if Donovan MIDchell and Drew Holiday ever get on the same team, that team is taking it.
The crazy thing is that I would even say like if like Darius Garland, like if the Spurs made the trade to the Cavs for Murray, and it was Darius Garland and Murray. Yeah, like DeJounte plays defense. Like he's good for defense. He got good playing offense because he was good at defense. Yeah, his word. That doesn't work with Trae Young because Trae Young is some mid, and Trae Young is a terrible shooter and also a nut. Like Darius Garland isn't a nut, but he's playing with a nut, which is Donovan MIDchell. You can't have like a non-defensive player next to Donovan. Like that's just the reality of the situation. Like those are the things you signed up for when you mortgage your future for Donovan MIDchell. Like
did they not think it through? It's like we are not paid millions of dollars to look at basketball, but it was clear to me that
it's the reason why I feel like the reason why we just couldn't give up our depth because y'all wanted all our defensive players. Yeah. And Leon Rose knew that you just, like, if you're going to have somebody like Donovan that's going to put up 30 a night or put up 28, whatever a night, you need somebody that's going to you're going to have next to him that's going to lock up. It's the same thing. We got Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson, what did I say, episode 1? Jalen Brunson was not brought here to play defense. That is not what he was brought here to do. He was brought here to deliver and distribute chips.
To run the offense.
Yes, and run the offense.
He's done.
at all times. And that is what he has done. Yeah. We would not be thriving if the guard next to Jalen Brunson did not play defense. Yeah. Because you know why? Like, Quentin Grimes is so valuable because he literally is put on the basketball court to clamp the better of the two guards.
Which one of y'all hooping tonight? You.
The better of the two guards and to hit 3-pointers. That works. That works. You cannot put Darius Garland out there on an island. He does not play defense. The brother is talking about he wants to take the matchup of Jalen Brunson. That's just not working for you, King. Hasn't worked for you for 3 games.
Yeah. And it's not gonna work for you. Yes. But like, I don't understand Cleveland. I don't understand how they won 51 games. Granted, they didn't play us. You know, we're a good basketball team. I'm accepting that. We nice now. We the new Knicks. But they might be ass. Like, they have no defenders on the roster outside of Evan Mobley and Jared Allen. Like,
and your bigs can't be your best defenders.
They cannot.
That's just the God honest truth.
But they can't be your only defender. Like, you need a big defender, and then you need someone to guard guards. Like, there are a lot of guards.
You cannot just skip that. And I think that
you go.
I'm not gonna lie. I think that they relied on Isaac Okoro.
That's absurd.
That's just absurd decision for me. Now you made the fifth overall pick for Isaac Okoro. My guy Obadiah Toppin is on a mission. He's on his own side mission, like in Skyrim. Like, he's on his own mission. to prove to the world, like to prove to Isaac Okoro specifically that he is a bomb. Like, and I hear Obi Toppin, because Obi's like, I'm really out here hooping. Like Obi Toppin
is hooping.
The narrative is here. This has been. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think out of 8 playoff games I've seen a bad Obi Toppin playoff game yet.
Yes. Yeah.
Me personally.
Yeah. There's never been a game where I was watching and I was like, oh man, Obi is the reason we're bumming it. Like, that has not happened yet. And I love it here. I
think he's looking at Isaac Okoro, and he don't gotta admit this publicly. It could be between me and my bro. You feel me? But he knows that Isaac Okoro is a bum.
Yes. I didn't realize they was in the same draft. Like, Okoro was drafted 3 picks before him. Overall. Yeah, I'm just putting that together. So this makes sense.
The Cavs was supposed to take. They were supposed to take Obi. He played at Dayton. And he was balling at Dayton.
He was balling at Dayton.
But they took Okoro because they thought he was a better defender. And that was a poor decision.
Yes.
Because per 36, and when given the opportunity, Obi Toppin is a 25-point, 10 rebound.
Yes. He scales up very well. Him and IQ scale up very well. Like, when their minutes go up, their production also does. But back to Cleveland being ass. So they ran into us. We're a bad matchup because we have guards. Like, our scoring comes from Jalen Brunson. Julius Randle's a big. They got bigs to stop them. Rabble. Who is this team built to beat? Because they have no wing defenders. The old New Jersey? They just wanted to beat Kyrie and James Harden. That was the only team.
They built to beat New Jersey.
Only
because they don't got chemistry yet.
If you push the chips in front of the table in a conference with Giannis Antetokounmpo, Jason Tatum, and Jaylen Brown, like, I don't understand okay, Joel Embiid.
Not having wing defenders is nuts. I think they really are built to beat Cleveland.
Built to beat themselves.
Really make sense. Well, at least I feel like they built their team around the premise of beating Cleveland. I mean, not Cleveland, of beating
New Jersey.
I said Cleveland. Wow, of beating the Bucks. Actually, my fault.
The Bucks. Okay.
I feel like they're built to beat. I feel like they're more built to beat Giannis because you got Evan Mobley, you got Jared, but
when he drives.
If this series proves to me anything, it proves to me that if Milwaukee was to advance, and that's not looking likely right now.
This is true. They just lost as we record.
They just lost to Hemi.
I ain't gonna hold you. We'll get there. I don't know. If they get Giannis out of here,
it's gonna get spooky.
That is the only player. That is the only team that I think we can't beat.
We have said this. From the 8-game winning streak in March. I only fear Giannis, and I don't even fear him like that.
I don't fear playoff Jimmy or whatever this I'm supposed to be scared of. Josh Hart is throwing that man in jail too. He is not doing that. We will see. We'll get there. But I do want to. I think Cleveland might be ass. I think they're screwed. Honestly, I think they need to blow it up. I really do. And I know it's year one. I know blowing it up the year you make your big move doesn't make any sense. But I don't see where they go from here. They don't have any draft picks. What do you get rid of Garland and get build around? Like, I don't understand what they're trying to do. We've already discussed how you think they should be building around Mobley. I think they should blow it up entirely because they suck. But they aren't built to play in this Eastern Conference. Like, they are lucky they got us because Boston they have no wing defenders. They literally have no wing defenders in Boston's Eastern Conference. Like, they're the conference champs. You have to know at some point you're going to play Boston. Marcus Smart is going to make Donovan Mitchell's life hard. And Tatum and Brown are going to get 40 each a night. What's the plan? But I'm glad RJ realizes they have no wing defenders. And he says, oh, this is time.
And he's a wing.
He is a wing scorer.
That they're not defending.
Because they cannot. Poor decisions were made. I digress.
Yes,
so we skipping the Rowan Report. I gave it in the beginning. A+.
Oh, we got it. We got it early out the
A+.
way. All right, so let's get into the preview for Game 5. Previews.
The only game we need to preview.
Yeah, that's what you put on the table.
We packing them. Let's be clear. We're packing them up in 5. However, if it gets to Game 6, we're punching them in Game 6. I think we're gonna win a close Game 5. I do think they're gonna fight back. I do think Donovan MIDchell is gonna get 40+ minutes of duress. I think that Josh Hart is going to be going at him. Do we have anything about Grimes yet? Like, do we know?
He had a shoulder contusion. He missed Game 4. I haven't heard anything. I think he's gonna be questionable.
Okay. If he plays, that matters. I kind of don't want to force it though. Like, let my man recover because we got Miles, but I'm going.
Let my man recover for the simple fact that we either more than likely got Jimmy Butler, and it's just him. Like everybody else on that team is absolute salesmen. Or we got Jrue Holiday and Chris Mitty.
Yeah.
And then off a 7-game series.
Yeah.
So we want to catch them. If we can get that.
We're in a good spot right now. I told you. If we can get out in 5, get rest.
If we can take care of business on Wednesday.
Yes.
I am feeling very, very pleased with our prospects against either Miami or Milwaukee. Truly. Yes. Because if you give me 7 games, if you give me Giannis off a Game 7, and Chris Mitty with the season he's had off a Game 7, like that's tough. That's tough. When fresh rested,
yes. And we would be in Milwaukee. We're still in Game 1. We're still in Game 1. That's almost a lock. They got running jumper man tired and hurt back. and if we take care of business, when we take care of business, that's the other thing too. We're winning this series.
Miami wins. That's Game 1 at the Garden.
Yeah.
And I feel like regular season Garden and this playoff Garden,
different.
It's a different energy.
Yes,
different energy when your point guard is coming up, winning all the Himmels. It's a different energy.
This is a fact.
So I say this to say, I think I got us winning in 5. I just can't. I don't believe in them. I'm not believing in Cleveland. I'm not in Believeland. I'm sorry. I'm not a believer.
I just don't see how down the stretch they're able to get the scoring, they're able to get the production they need because they really rely on Donovan MIDchell for every scoring. They rely on Darius Garland. And all we really have to do is just put Josh Hart on one of them, and now their whole offense is sputtering. Like, they don't know what to do. When Isaac Okoro gets the ball in the corner, you can see he is confused. He's like, I'm not supposed to be here. You can see that in him. And down the stretch of a game, I just don't see how they can close out a game like that, especially when Jalen Brunson is the closer. Jalen Brunson is closing out the game, and Jalen Brunson is giving you at least 6 fourth-quarter points, probably 8, probably 12, because the boy is hooping. However, I think that we win this in 5. I think it's a close one. I got us winning like 101-97. I don't know who's gonna close it out on free throws, but
it's gonna be. It's always tough to close out a series. Like, let's just be for real. We've only closed out one series in the past 10 years.
Tough. Against Boston, though.
Against Boston. I'm always going to put that out there. Boston fans can say what they want, but the last Knicks playoff series win is against the Boston Celtics.
That's so nasty.
Until Wednesday. So, that's it. That's neither here nor there. I will say, I think, and I'm gonna put this in the atmosphere. I think this is when I'm getting my Julius Randle 20-point quarter. I think he's giving it to us in Game 5. I think he's going to shake off the rust. He plays better on the road anyway. That he plays good at home, but he plays better on the road.
Absolutely.
I think we're just going to get. I think he's going to shake off the rust. I think him watching that fourth quarter was good. I think we didn't get no pouting, and I think that's what people were looking for. And I was impressed with that from Julius, and I think Julius comes out and reminds the streets, okay, I'm really here to give everybody chips to close out the game. I honestly think that we get like good games from Jalen, obviously, because it's him. I think we get a good game from Rowan again, but I think we get the monster game from Julius Randle to close out the series and to prepare for Bam Adebayo or Big Giannis. And I think that's how we close it out with the Julius Randle 30-burger, 35-15.
You're on big game for Julius. Okay.
I got a big Julius game coming up. He hasn't given me one yet. I'm
That's
not
fair.
gonna lie. He is not giving us one yet. He gotta be. What did I say? I said this on Friday. I said we are due a Julius Randle 20-point quarter where he's just hitting everything. It's been like 5 weeks. And he was doing them consistently like once every 2 weeks.
Yeah, though.
Yeah, respectfully. Like he was
that was his
come out and get 22 in the first quarter. And I wouldn't be mad. And I think that's how he sets it off. You know, he's a first quarter scorer. You know, he's a first quarter player.
Yep.
And games are won in the first quarter. We've seen it.
Yeah.
We've seen it. I think we come out, we put him to bed early. Yep. I would love that. But that's not the reality of the situation. We are the New York Knicks. We will sell in the third quarter. So I also got us winning a close one. Free throws down the stretch. I think it will be my guy IQ that puts it away for us.
Okay.
I think he also has a bounce back game. And closes down the stretch. Because it's time.
It. Knicks for clicks.
LOL Knicks.
So on April 20th at Barstool Sports.
Get to it.
Not
wasting no time.
None. I can't believe they did this. On April 20th, 420, the day for weed. Y'all supposed to be getting high. And y'all out here putting up nonsense.
Nonsense in the streets.
At Barstool Sports on Twitter, tweeted, hey, at Elon Musk. That's the other thing, too. Why y'all riding? Get off this. Get off him. Hey, Elon Musk. This guy's pretending to be a professional basketball player. And it's RJ Barrett. It's a screenshot of RJ Barrett's account. Disgusting. Not only is this man a professional basketball player, he is the goods. All right? Talk nice. All right? My man is bringing the Knicks to prominence, and y'all is mediocrity. Y'all Barstool Sports. Shut up. Get better takes. On September 2nd, 2022.
We going through it. Let's go.
I had time, y'all. I had time this week.
Now get them all off. I'm not even saying nothing. I'm giving the floor is yours. Give it to us. I know you got all of them.
2nd, 2022 at Spencer Keel, SpencerKeele on Twitter, said, quote, the Cavs should write a thank you note to the New York Knicks. The Knicks were so utterly incompetent and egotistical, they got the Utah Jazz to serve Donovan MIDchell to Cleveland on a silver platter at a discounted price. They should be thanking us for this ass whooping for 5 for 18 with 11 points, absolute duress. Yeah, y'all should be thanking us. Y'all getting this fucking work. Oh, hold up. I got more. Is this? No. Oh, I got it. You got any? I got a couple. I got to get on.
Oh no, I know you. Listen, to be very clear. I wanted to give this moment to you because you definitely deserve
I had time.
The flowers that you've gotten because there was a lot of Rowan slander.
There
was a lot of Donovan MIDchell praise that has come out, and we saw it all.
Yes.
Knicks Twitter has went from in shambles after game 2 to absolutely on fire.
Yes.
After game 4.
We keep receipts.
Oh.
That's one thing I do like about Knicks Twitter. We will find your dirt.
We will find your dirt.
Yes.
We will find your vitriol. And we will put it on a public platform 8 to 10 months later.
Yes.
Just to make sure that you remember what you said.
Gotta let you know.
And we will blast this. We will blast this to our constituents so that we can slander you as a group. Because the amount of things that were pulled up this week, I can't even go through all of them, bro. It was ridiculous.
It's a lot. I got a couple. Oh, wait. No. Yeah. This I wanted to call out. Honestly, Stephen A. Smith.
Give it
last week.
I was waiting for that one.
I can't even find it.
That was the one that I had.
You can read it if you can find it. I can't find it.
I'll give it to you. So RJ. So it's not technically a tweet, but it is. Stephen A. Smith did go on his whole television show, First Take. This is not an ad for Disney, but went on his whole TV show and said that RJ Barrett should be benched.
Nasty.
Benched.
Not playable.
Benched because of a game in which every single Knicks player was ass.
Yeah.
Now, I am all for objective slander.
Yes.
RJ was ass in game 2.
Yes.
Don't get it twisted. There were also 11 other players that were equally as ass, or if not more ass than RJ. It was not meant for him to be singled out. I felt like that was just a shot. Like, we all want Rowan to be better, but we have to also recognize that still young. Still early in his playoff career. You're allowed to have bad games.
Yes.
He's not going to be Michael Jordan. He's not going to be LeBron James.
And that's okay.
These are not, you don't need these LeBron level expectations for Rowan Barrett Jr. Let him play his game. And Stephen A., you a nasty man, bro. I'm sorry. You are so nasty with the flip-floppiness you've been doing all season.
Is he a fan or is he not a fan? Because he's been slandering us all year, talking about, I'm not showing up to the Garden. And shut up. We don't want you. We're having a ball without you.
What will Stephen A. Smith say when the Knicks beat Donovan MIDchell in the first round?
He's going to act like it never happened. I got a couple. So, y'all know I'm political. I do politics. I'm running for office. Check my website out, LikeMauriceBrown.com. Vote for me June 27th, obviously. But Andrew Yang, he is a couple. We pulling them up. On June 22nd, 2019. Yep, I had time, y'all. Knicks Twitter had time. Andrew Yang, the Knicks have leadership coach. The Nets have leadership, culture, personnel, and a plan. The Knicks have hopes. On July 2nd, 2019, the weirdest thing is the Knicks just overplayed role players instead of taking on contracts for draft picks. It's like they didn't even watch what the Nets just did. Yeah, we did watch it.
We did. And you sold.
Do that. And you sold. Hold on. I did want to call out Chuck. Charles Barkley. Shaq asked Charles Barkley back in January, direct quote, if the New York Knicks played the Cleveland CAPaliers, if the playoffs start today, do the Knicks have a chance? Chuck said, hell no. We have a chance. We're up 3-1. We have a really good chance. So I went and got a bunch of people, because I had time, like I said, a bunch of y'all had Cavs in 4. Cavs in 5, Cavs in 6.
These were things that were said publicly on a public forum called Twitter, called Reddit. These are things that you guys put out there. You thought this out.
Into the world.
And
You could have
you typed it out and you said, I am going to press send. That's what you said.
And you did it incorrectly. I'm going to leave y'all alone because I'm actually freezing my computer. Takes my computer is literally freezing because I got like 5 tabs open. But I just need y'all to know that, Cleveland owns AC. I want to say that's the disgusting one.
Oh, yeah. He's a nasty boy. He's been going.
What's the 9/11? What is that about? Why is that funny? Like, when did that happen? When did it happen when, like, the Knicks started whooping you and you start making 9/11 jokes to defend yourself?
Why you thought that was cool?
What is going on? Out of control. Poverty franchise. I'm loving this. Let's be clear.
I'm also loving this.
So, all of the people saying, so that's the other thing too. I wish I had it right now. My phone got stopped selling. But the moving goalposts, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Before the season, it was, I signed Jalen Brunson just to be a play-in team. That was the narrative. Now it's like, y'all make the playoffs, but y'all losing in the first round. Y'all gonna be an easy out for Cleveland. Now it's like, y'all could do that versus Cleveland. They young, They young, they experienced. Do it to a real team. I love it. I love the moving goalposts. Because let's be clear, we're about to put Cleveland away. And then whoever shows up next round, they getting it too. We here. Knicks tape.
We here. Knicks tape.
We here. That's all I got for y'all.
All right. So before we wrap up, right? I gotta give a shout out.
Yep.
I gotta give a shout out.
Let's hear it.
I want to give a shout out to a certain team.
Okay.
A certain team, man. Who's done the unthinkable. I'm not gonna lie to you. That team right there is the New Jersey Nets.
I thought we was gonna let y'all slide.
There was no way I was ever gonna let a New Jersey season end without me letting you guys know that you guys are absolute bums.
Bums.
And I wish unsuccess on your franchise for years to come.
Years to come.
You gentrified my neighborhood, Flatbush, New York.
Just to be asked.
And I will never forgive you for that. You raised the property value all through downtown Brooklyn.
To be
just
asked.
To be a pack of some fucking mid.
Some fucking mid.
Let's be clear.
Back-to-back sweeps.
Back-to-back sweeps. Back-to-back only team to get swept in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
Unserious organization.
Yes.
Unserious organization.
Yeah.
Rest in poverty. New Jersey Nets.
Yes. Y'all get what y'all deserve.
Absolutely.
Honestly, y'all did this to yourselves. Y'all could have stayed in New Jersey, mind your business.
I had no qualms.
None. Y'all had Jason Kidd.
Besides interstate rivalries.
Yeah.
I had no qualms. But
we played y'all 4 times a year. That was it.
You had to displace a community and be some bums.
And talking hot. They've been talking hot.
Claxton. I did not forget Nicky Claxton tell me he barely lost to the Knicks. Poverty.
Sweep. And they lost to the Joel Embiid-less Sixers. Do you know?
You lost to a washed version of James Harden. That's disgusting.
And Tobias Harris.
That's Hollow Hills High School, Tobias Harris. Max contract, no all-star pair game on Tobias Harris. That's who you lost to.
Rest in poverty.
I
Absolutely.
wish unsuccess for you forever. Forever and ever and ever and ever. New Jersey. I will always root against you.
Yes.
And I just want you to know that you are not welcome at the Upstate Knicks podcast.
Yes. We are.
Although I have no issues with inviting you fans on so that I can slander you.
Yes. Yes.
So
Absolutely.
you can see the slander. Comedy.
Y'all need to own this because y'all really some mid and y'all really talk hot. And let's be clear, you guys are in for it. Y'all got a long road back. Because y'all not making
2030.
Yeah,
we'll see you in 2030.
Y'all got picks, but y'all got the Sixers pick. Y'all got Phoenix pick. y'all don't got Dallas picks. We got Dallas picks.
All of contenders picks.
Yes. So good luck drafting in the 20s. Good luck trying to rebuild the franchise. Hopefully y'all can keep Bridges, but I don't think so. I think he's going to want out the first chance he gets because he doesn't want to be a part of a rebuild. And y'all are in for a rebuild. Y'all are not going to attract no free agents.
Oh.
And hell, it's for y'all. And I love it. Great news. Great news.
Likewise. Thank you guys once again for tuning into the Upstate Knicks podcast. This is always a great time here and dear to our heart. Knicks up 3-1. Get ready to storm into Cleveland and get this gentleman's sweep.
Gentleman's sweep. We going home. Enjoy it, fans. We are living
Enjoy it.
in that time. We are here. The Knicks are good. We're going to the second round. This time, the next time y'all hear my voice, we will be in the second round. Book it. talking about a game one preview or a game one review. Yes.
That's what I'm looking forward to.
Can't
thank
wait.
you guys once again. Always tuning in. You can follow me everywhere at Frostmine Guru. You can follow the network everywhere at Smooth Family ENT. Breezy, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, at MoBreezy213. Looking forward to chatting with y'all. Be sure to check out the Facebook group, all that. We love the interaction. You know, we in the playoffs, man. There's literally not enough Knicks content. It's not enough. Honestly,
more content.
More content. I'm thinking about going to the next home game one round, next round. And I'm going to just record after the game, just the energy, because the Knicks are here. We're here now. And enjoy this. We are living in the golden time.
We are present.
I appreciate y'all.
Guys, we'll see you next week. Let's go Knicks.
Let's go Knicks. Easy enough.